Welcome to tonight's show. I'm Jac Collinsworth, and now 2 weeks removed from Purdue and fresh off the worst weekend of the year. That's Notre Dame's bye week. It's officially time for football again. Let's take 30 seconds to remember the moments that got us to 3-0. From Indianapolis, Indiana, Notre Dame was out of the gate with ease after Carlisle's 47-yard kickoff return. Golson finds Fuller in the back of the end zone to cap off a 6-play, 55-yard drive. Notre Dame up 7-0. But Purdue has always played Notre Dame tough. Etling completes to Cottom, and the score sits at 7 apiece. After Brenz's 19-yard field goal, Purdue is on the attack again. That's Yancey, 19 yards, 14-10, white team. Adversity struck. Now how would Notre Dame respond? Cory Robinson, with 55 seconds left in the first half, shows what he's capable of, setting up Notre Dame with the go-ahead touchdown. And in the second half of this game, it was all Irish. Golson to Procise, 25 yards to the Purdue 34-yard line. Notre Dame's drive would continue. As EG goes up top, that's our ND Live Man of the Week, Cory Robinson. Notre Dame has a lot to be proud of after this 3-0 start. Golson goes for 259 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Still perfect on the season. Earlier this week, we had the pleasure of spending time with one of my mom's all-time favorite Notre Dame students. Take a look.
Now let me hear you say, oh. Oh. Say, oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Now let me tell you about
Well, I'm Michelle Mann. I'm a sophomore living in Brain Phillips Hall, and I sing Oop Oop Purdue with the band after third quarter. It's really just one of those songs that we love to do for fun, to get everybody excited, kind of grooving and out of their seats so that they can have a good time, sing along, and, you know, just have a good end to the game. I love doing it, but there's just something about pregame and being a part of the giant family that is band and running onto the field together. That's the best part for me, and that cannot be trumped by anything else.
Back now with a human that brings a lot of positive energy to this planet. Our player of the week, Cory Robinson. Cory, thanks for hanging out with us, brother.
No, thanks for having me on the show.
Don't bust you out. You know, we'll take it a little easy on you. What got you into playing the ukulele?
You know, I'm not too sure. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. My family always go to Hawaii every summer when we were growing up, and I don't know, we were feeling it one day. We wanted to go to the cultural center, and that was our first time doing something like real Hawaiian. And then they had a ukulele little stand there, and we learned how to play, me and my dad. And then we really got addicted to it, learned a song like Somewhere the Rainbow, you know, the classic ukulele song. We bought ukuleles, and I've been playing ever since, you know.
You always been singing a little bit on the side?
Whoa, you know, on the side, you know, it's we try to keep it on the down low for real, you know. When people see her oh, you sing, they expect you to be like Frank Sinatra or something, you know. Amateur. I do like to sing a little bit, though.
Second year on the team now. If you would just compare in your eyes the past 2 teams you played on.
Yeah, I think it's 2 real different dynamics. You know, the first team, I don't think there was as much brotherhood as this team is. I mean, everyone, even among the offense and defense, because normally it's kind of separated a little bit, but everyone's really kind of unified. And I think especially since kind of what happened earlier in the season, the difficulties we had, you know, academically and stuff, I think that really brought people together as well. You know, we were already pretty close, because last year's team we had I don't know, some guys who weren't really buying into the system, you know?
Absolutely.
More individuals. But I think this year we have a lot of just coherent, team units, you know? I think that's the biggest difference.
There's everyone that you talk to, you know, around the team, associated with the team, players, whatever it is, says that this group is really, they're friends on and off the field. They bond, and it's obviously showing up 3-0 so far.
Yeah.
I talked to you last week after the game down on the field. I shook your hand. I'm like, how does this dude catching passes with showing? You got this. It's a little better now.
Yeah.
The week off, the bye week.
Yes, it does feel a lot better.
Somehow he manages. Let's take a look at a couple of your plays against Purdue. 1st and 10 here at the end of the first half. Take us through this play.
Yeah, the play before this, actually, I ran this exact same route on the other side, and there was no one covering me. I was literally, alone. So I told Coach Kelly, I was like, Coach, let's run this exact same play again. I'm like, I'm not covered at all. Let's do it. And Everett and Coach were down, and I got to make a big play for us.
Take a look at one more of your plays. Here's the touchdown. You really did quite a number as far as high pointing the football.
This one was interesting because I thought they were gonna, because we rarely ran this play on them like 3 times before that. I thought they were gonna adjust, and I saw the corner slough off, so I knew I had to gather myself and go up and get it and jump over him, because right there you see him slough off and try to cover me. So I knew I had to go up and get it. So I just gathered myself and I was just going up and get it like a rebound.
11 total touchdowns on the season so far for Everett Golson. No picks. Is he the Heisman favorite so far in your eyes?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always going to go for my quarterback. And he's so good. He's just unbelievably good.
And what do his legs bring to the table? I mean, he's, the escapability in the pocket, but he allows you guys to have a little bit more time to get open down the field. So.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more fun playing as a receiver because you never know what's going to happen. Like, I remember at least 5 times in the past couple games where you're just running, you think the play's dead, and then he'll just pop out. And then he'll either be running for a touchdown, you got to find someone to block, or like CJ did during the Rice game. Remember he had like 60-yard touchdown. You just scramble drill and you're going to go score a touchdown. It's really fun because you never know what's going to happen with Ev. He's just so mobile. He's just so fast. He's so quick thinking. He's a playmaker.
Absolutely. Our very own Rich Hidy took a look back at some of the quarterback greats in Notre Dame history.
With great power comes great responsibility. The quarterback position certainly fits that expression. How do you define the success of a quarterback? Statistical output, wins, and leadership are often in the discussion when judging arguably the most important position in all of sports. Throughout Notre Dame's rich history of 11 national championships, the program has had the luxury of some standout signal callers. Let's start with the early days. Under Knute Rockne and Frank Leahy, the Irish won 7 championships from 1924 to 1949. The face of 3 of those championships was Johnny Lujack, the master of the T formation. Fast forward to the 1970s, and of course, you get Joe Cool. Arguably the greatest quarterback in the history of football, Joe Montana showed his late-game heroics with some incredible comebacks. Look up the Chicken Soup game in '78 for confirmation. Montana also went 9-0 as a starter and won the championship with a Cotton Bowl victory over Texas in 1977. If you tend to lean towards statistics, Ron Paulus, Steve Berline, and Rick Meyer fit the bill. Lump Jimmy Clausen, Jarius Jackson, Tony Rice, and I would definitely be remiss not to mention Brady Quinn as Irish QBs who generated some positive buzz in their ND careers. Quinn is the only Notre Dame signal caller with over 10,000 yards and 90 touchdowns. Clausen is just behind him in both of those categories. Rice went 12-0 with a Fiesta Bowl win over West Virginia in 1988 and tops all Notre Dame quarterbacks in career rushing yards. He even leads Ricky Waters and the Bus in the rushing category. But the most recent 2 quarterbacks may be in the discussion among Irish lore in the coming years. Reese was part of 4 teams with 8 or more wins. He's in the top 10 in nearly every major Irish passing category. And Golson led Notre Dame to 12 wins and the 2012 BCS National Championship. He is currently in the discussion as an early Heisman candidate, and his offense has averaged over 30 points per game, while the junior has still not thrown an interception in 2014. No matter how Golson finishes his career under the Golden Dome, he and his peers at the quarterback position have helped shape what Notre Dame football is today.
And with the win Saturday, Everett Golson will pass Johnny Lujack for the best career winning percentage as a starting quarterback in Notre Dame history. Pretty cool stuff, Rich. Welcome back. A lot of injuries so far early in the season for Notre Dame, especially last week against Purdue. Any update so far?
Well, the one disappointing thing, the Irish will not get Amir Carlisle back. He has a strained MCL, so he will not be able to play this week. He might be able to play next week, however. The two guys that the Irish will get back for the first time this season, Jac Collinsworth, the safety, almost the quarterback of the defense. He's a captain. And really, he paid dividends for this Irish team at the Unity Council this past offseason, where he really took charge of those leadership responsibilities. So he'll be back. Had a huge game against Stanford last year. 3 picks for this Irish defense. On the other side, Torrey Hunter Jr., 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns as a senior in high school. He's quite a threat for this Irish team. Another weapon in that arsenal for Everett Golson. He has a second gear, and he can really make defenders miss.
And once again, a noteworthy venue this weekend for the Irish. It just seems like it keeps on happening. This one maybe not so friendly, though.
Well, Jack, without a doubt, the last couple of years, the Irish have actually split at NFL stadiums, both in 2012 and 2013. This year, obviously, coming off of that Lucas Oil Stadium game, that Shamrock Series game at Lucas Oil Field, so that was a big win for this Irish team. But now coming back at MetLife, it's the home of the Jets and the Giants, seats 80,000. There'll be a lot of fans there, built in 2010. Quite a venue to play in, but the one thing, Syracuse has really struggled at MetLife Field. The last 2 years, they have lost to both Penn State and USC. They have not won a game yet at MetLife Stadium, so we'll see if the Irish can take advantage.
Rich Hidy, that's all for this Syracuse Week edition of ND Live. Thanks to Cory and Michelle for their time this Saturday. It's the Irish taking on Syracuse, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. For Rich and our entire incredible student crew, I'm Jac Collinsworth. We'll see you again next week as we gear up for Stanford. That'll be right here on Watch ND.